today we are hauling out, and for reasons which we will tell you later. This marina that we're in also has a yard as well, so we're going to be heading up there, and I dare say we're probably the first boat in the season to haul out, because everyone's going to be coming out in about a month. So we'll be
going in.
Yeah, going in
we're
in a month.
Against the grain, as bloody usual.
Exactly, yeah. So pretty much first thing, they have to put another boat in the water first, and then they're picking us up afterwards. It's a new thing to what we're usually used to in the Caribbean when we haul out. We need to drive straight into the crane, and the crane's actually in the water. So anyway, we'll be filming it, and we'll try and figure this out as we drive in, really. This is the only thing that we had to go on.
To figure out how we'd be hauled out, we went to go and watch the boat before ours be launched.
It must be a spring tide right now, because usually this driveway here is actually still a driveway. It's not underwater, so that's a good sign. We were a bit nervous that we wouldn't have enough water to drive in, but I think we're good for a while yet until the tide goes down. You see how the crane is just going straight into the water here rather than dropping the hoists? Or dropping the slings. It's unusual. I've never encountered this before. I'm sure a lot of people have, but I haven't.
After seeing how it was done, we then hopped back on board our own boat and got ready to haul out.
Sun's finally out. This anti-fouling that we have on is really, really good. It's the cheapest anti-fouling that there was in the hardware shops in Trinidad, and I think it's called like Naughty. It's really, really good. Like, there's not a spot on this whole boat. There's barnacles, yes, but there's it's really, really super clean otherwise. It's actually been a really good job.
Hey everybody, so as you've probably seen by now, we are hauled out. That was always the plan, but the reason has unfortunately changed. We had planned to come out and just do the seacocks, check the seacocks, and maybe replace one.
And then go straight back in the water
and crack on with the plan. We've been throwing quite the curveball, and I will just get to the point because I'm rambling. There's no easy way to say this. If you've been with us for a while, you remember that I had to fly home to Australia.
Unfortunately, I have to fly back to Australia for 3 weeks or more. In short, my father has to have an operation, quite a serious one. We spent a lot of time abroad. You have to miss out on a lot of the little things. And so when something big comes along like this, you pull out all the stops and you just have to get there.
He pulled through that operation really well, and for all intents and purposes, it was a great success. Unfortunately, since then, the operation was to remove esophageal cancer. Unfortunately, for all involved, since then, his prognosis has drastically worsened, and we're no longer speaking in ifs, we're speaking in whens.
And when we first heard that news, we knew that, honestly, we didn't have to make a decision. We knew that we were going to go back home and spend as much time with family as we could do while we still can.
So with that being said, I don't know if this is the last thing we're going to put out, but we are closing up shop. We've hauled out the boat. She's been stripped bare. I won't go into the details of that, but we're going home for a indefinite/extended period of time.
Yeah, and look, we obviously, the boat's still ours. We still want to carry on our journey, but we don't know when that is. We don't know if we'll be filming it. We don't know what stage we'll come back to the boat. So I think it's
It's just not a priority right now.
Yeah,
We have
exactly.
to focus on the home front and spending as much quality time with our family as we can, and being there to support them all through this. So
Look, if anything about our sailing journey has taught us a lesson, it's that plans always change, and we have learned very well over the past few years to adapt very quickly. So this is what we're doing. We're adapting, we're moving on, we're making the most of our situation that we can. And we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and watching us, of all of our adventures and misadventures thus far. And thank you so much.
yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support and kind words and well, everything. As Kiara said, we don't really know what the show's going to look like. At this stage, we have absolutely we're tunnel vision on getting home, so that there is no sort of plan to do much of anything other than go home and be with family. Potentially, we may consider down the track doing some sort of retrospective things to try and provide some value and some content in the absence of Millie, who is the star of the show and we're going to miss dearly. But I make no promises on that front. I have no idea how anything is going to shake out at this point. So for now, thank you. We love you all. Be kind to one another. Be kind to all the other YouTube sailing channels. And we'll see you when we see you. Much appreciated. We love you. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All packed up. You can see here we've got a tarp over the actually really thick, like waterproof tarp that's hopefully going to protect the cockpit area, stop water from coming in. And we've also covered up a dinghy as well on the front. It's actually quite good because it's like winter still here, so we can see what everyone else has done for their boats to kind of winterize them. So you know, because they're not sailing on their boats here around about 6 months of the year, so it's good to see what everyone else has done so that we can kind of copy it and replicate it, because we have never left our boat for this amount of time, and certainly not like 6 months like everyone else does here. So it's quite good just to copy what they're doing and see what materials they've used, like the really thick tarp. Yeah, so all wrapped up. Okay, it's the final few hours. We actually have less than an hour left before we have to catch the ferry to then go to Glasgow and get a flight out of here. The place is ridiculously clean, possibly the cleanest we've ever had it, which is really nice to kind of leave us with a memory of how good she looks. Batteries are all charged. Now it's just time to head off, really. How are you feeling?
Sad.
Yeah.
Nervous. I hate leaving her unattended. She's not unattended. The people in the yard are keeping an eye on her, but it's just all the little quirks of a boat. You know, it's like, oh, you got to do this, and if she does that, then do this, and if she doesn't like it when you do that,
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah. Must be what it feels like to leave your kid at school for the first time. Yeah, sad day.